The issue you raised it is very unfortunate that we have gradually, missed it as a people and as a nation. If you ask me, why are they, defecting? Why are they decamping? Is it that the president is doing too well or fantastically? For me, I can't pinpoint to any, project or any, according to my grandmother, fantabulous project that this present administration is doing. I can tell you for a free, they're all doing it because they know that for them to have a comeback, the APC as a party is the only party that will be able to ring the election for them to come back. That's just because they know that they have on the ringing machine. It has been.
But these are all people that have defeated the APC in elections before.
Let me quickly say this. And again, two things: to ring them back to office, for protection or perhaps for security. You ask me why the protection or security? Maybe some of them, perhaps in the course of them, administering the collective patrimony, they must have soiled their hand. What happened in Delta State not too long ago, the vice presidential candidate of the People's Democratic Party, there is quote unquote alleged that because of his EFCC case, that's why he decided to pitch tent.
He said it has nothing to do with
no. There's every pointer to the fact to agree totally with it. You can recall 2019 January 19. The then national chairman, Senator Adams Ali Oshomole, once said that if you are a sinner, once you join the APC, your sins are forgiven.
But recently he clarified to say,
it's a punch. It's a punch.
Yeah, I mean, he also gave another interview on a national platform. He said, listen, he was very categorical about what he said, and it has been taken out of context. He said he was making that in reference to the person who was decamping to join the APC in Edo State. And he said that person's name and the understanding from the local parlance is that, he has done wrong. And that's basically what he's saying, because the person he was referring to was not even somebody who is in government.
And you believe that?
I mean, that's
and
his
you believe that?
That's his explanation. Yeah,
you should know better. You know better than I do. I'm not very frank. So that's where we find ourselves. We find ourselves in a quagmire that is pathetic and disheartening at this as a date and time that will behave like as if we are living in the late 50s. It's very sad. I said it earlier. For me, I don't see anything fantastic with this present government.
I mean, you talked about some of the connections between the people that have defected recently to, cases with the EFCC and things like that. You don't think people are being forced to join the APC?
I would say yes and no. Yes, in the sense that, I tried to give you a picture just now. Some persons believed on two reasons. One, they believe that the APC, the All Progressive, Party Congress, can bring them to power again in 2027. Two, that they need security, they need protection. Perhaps in the course of them, before their present seat, presiding over the collective patrimony of the people, they must have soiled their hands. So they will need protection that will protect them from persecution from the ICPC, EFCC, and the likes. So perhaps that is why they've decided to pitch tent with the ruling party. For me, the freedom of association is there, and the freedom of speech, but it's after speech that we are not very sure.
Do you agree with this analyst here that the majority of these defections is not born out of the fact that Bola Tinubu and the APC are doing fantastically well, or whether or not you can point out projects they've worked on so far, or have they? That is making these politicians jump ship to the APC? Do you also agree that, by the way, let's just ask this question a better way. Is the EFCC or is Bola Tinubu and the APC using the EFCC to coerce other corrupt politicians to join the APC? Because, like you said, in the course of carrying out the duty, they must have done one or two crimes. And now they're using the EFCC to coerce them to get into the APC. Do you also agree that this defections is about the fact that these defectors want to use the APC to rig them back into power? He called it rigging because it says they have the rigging machine. The APC have the rigging machine to rig these players back into power. So Do you agree with that? Or are they defecting because Bola Tinubu has done very well? I mean, we have Governor of Delta State, Sheriff Abure. You have Ifeanyi Okowa. You have Ned Nwoko. You have a lot of host of all these other players, from the Labour Party, the PDP, all the way to the APC. But in the Senate and the House of Representatives, you have the Speaker of Edo State House of Assembly decamping. Are they really decamping because they believe that the APC has done well, and that Nigerians actually think that the APC has done well, and they believe that if they get into the APC, they will do a lot more work for Nigeria? Or is it the fact that they're doing this decamping because of Nigerians? And if they align with the center, they will bring in more projects to their people. Is that what you think is really happening, or is it just the fact that they need their own self-preservation? They need the security from the APC because they've done, they must have done corrupt stuff before, and now they're decamping because they need the APC to protect them, to keep the stolen stuff. Is that what you think? Is that what is going on in Delta State? Is that what is going on in Kano State? Is that what is going on in Katsina State? Recently, 3 other high-caliber PDP members from Katsina decamped to the APC. What exactly is it that the people are actually decamping to the APC about? Is it about to protect themselves from corruption? Or because they've been caught in corruption, now they know that the EFCC is going to come after them, so they're decamping so that they can keep the case? After all, EFCC was probing Gospel like Akpabio, and they had to put that on hold because now he's the Speaker of the House of the Senate Majority Leader, or President of the Senate, as the case may be. Or are they really doing it for Nigerians? Because if they align with the center, then they can bring in development. And if that's the case, what level of development has Bola Tinubu brought into Nigeria for 2 years? May 29 will be second year in office. What can we pinpointedly point at and say, this is what you've done? I mean, they're doing the Lagos-Calabar Motorway Expressway. Can we agree that, well, that's a major project if you say, but the process of getting those projects to start, did it follow the right way? Or is it something that we need right now? Or the cost of executing that project, does it align? Does it really align? There's a whole lot of, people jumping ship. I mentioned Ned Nwoko earlier. So do you agree with that? And you can see them celebrating and doing defection parties and all of those. So do you agree that possibly they need that protection from EFCC, so by joining the APC, they won't be prosecuted? Or they need the APC to rig them back into power come 2027, because obviously, apart from the implosion that's going to happen at some point, because they're all going to be jostling for the same position. And you see the same people who migrated to the APC will migrate back to the PDP and the Labour Party because they won't get the position. For example, you remember what happened with the guy from APC that defected, and he lost I think the Anambra one, right? And he lost the Anambra primaries, and then he said it was not done the right way. Do you believe that this is what is really going to happen eventually? Let's get right in the comment section and let us know what your thoughts are. But so far, from all Nigerians, APC has been woeful. Bola Tinubu has been woeful. But Nigerian politicians, as corrupt as they are, keep jumping ship to the APC. Why? The question is, why are our politicians jumping ship to the APC, even when the entire world can see that this Bola Tinubu administration has not done anything fantastic for Nigerians to point out to say it deserves to have a second term? Let us know your thought in the comment section. If you're meeting this content for the first time, like, share, and subscribe. And if you've been following us and you've not yet subscribed, please do so. As always, I will catch you up in the next video. Don't forget to share this content with others as well. I recommend this channel to others. God bless you. Bye-bye for now.